I don't know
Bro,
who the hell.
I don't understand this. I can't lie. I don't understand you, bro. A man is doing bits for his club, and you're here saying you don't think they're going to be doing it elsewhere. And somebody's doing nothing for their club, and you're telling me about a system, and that when they go somewhere else, they're going to do.
By the way, Eze's playing under Roy. By the way, he's doing this under Roy.
He's not done enough, I say.
I've put down Raheem Sterling because you know what I mean. He's a highest paid player.
Come on, man.
What'd you say?
Like you work for the Sun.
I said, what year are we?
For the Sun.
Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another episode of Total 90 Pod. After a nice couple of weeks of banter vibes, we are back with the football debates. This time to talk for our most overrated player from each Premier League team. And joining us first off, his team are now so bad that he should be very experienced at being able to highlight and pinpoint the overrated players. Ali, no transfers, no wins. How you feeling?
I miss Roman Abramovich, man. It's tough times over at the bridge.
You were telling me Poch was cooking something, so I was a bit confused about why that's not happening anymore. Fair enough. Next up, fresh from the gym. Wow. Fresh from the gym and seeing his boy crash it on Van Dijk. We have a guy who... I've seen his quotes from last year. There are some interesting things happening here. Fascinating stuff. Drew, how are we feeling?
The aim here is to try and be as consistent as possible. Pleasure as always.
Some of that may change, but we'll see how it goes. And lastly, for once, I got to introduce this guy politely because if you've been watching his stream, you know that he's very gassed right now. Not just because Inter have packed in Juve to probably win the title, but because his trophy has arrived. He is now officially the Who Knows Ball champion. Kurt, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thank you. It looks amazing.
He's got a very proud look on his face. So
yes.
But yeah, the video is very simple. We're going to go in alphabetical order through every team. We're each going to say who we believe is the most overrated player at that club. Doesn't mean they're bad or whatever. It just means we find them overrated. We agree on one, move on to the next. We'll take about 3 minutes per team. Obviously, some teams will spend a bit longer on. Other teams like, Burnley, Sheffield, I don't care enough to argue. So we'll just move on. So without further ado, let's get started on one of the bigger teams. We packed in Liverpool just now. It's Arsenal. Kurt, we'll kick off with you. Who's Arsenal's most overrated player?
It's got to be one of the two Brazilians, isn't it? It has to be. I mean, take. I'm not fussed.
There's more than two Brazilians. In fairness.
One of the forwards. I'm not fussed which one we pick. I think I'm fine to have either.
Drew, are you hearing him on? You allowing him to have that?
Why are you looking like that?
I need a name, and when I say I need a name, I need a surname.
Yeah, I don't know which one is actually more overrated. I feel like Martinelli. I think people have seen the light on him, but I think some are still in denial about Jesus. So
I'm in denial for them both. I still back him to the very end. So
there you go. So
I just like him, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Drew, your thoughts on Martinelli?
Fine with either.
Martinelli is my boy. I believe in him through thick and thin. My personal player that I think is arguably the most overrated, specific to his position that he is playing, is one of the Brazilians. It is Gabi Jesus. I don't think he's a striker. I don't think he's an out-and-out number 9. I think he's more of a forward, inside forward, left, right, more like a winger, even a 10 more than a striker. For the whole statement of my main thing isn't to score goals. I just can't hear that, to be honest.
Lost in translation, bro. Lost in translation.
No, yes. I can't hear it, and it's almost like he's somewhat proving Pep right. I do have him on fraud watch the most out of all the players. But that is the guy. But Martinelli, I'm not hearing any Martinelli slander. Like, his numbers speak for themselves, to be perfectly honest with you. And I know you rate Kvaratskhelia a lot, Kurt. And to be honest, the reason why he's on such a radar right now, is because of how he performed against Liverpool, and he was dominating Trent. Something that Martinelli does game in, game out against Liverpool. We can pull up the numbers of Martinelli's goals and assists. I don't even like talking about those metrics. I don't even necessarily want to talk about how he plays aesthetically, and I'm not going to ramble on too much because we have a limited time. But that's my boy. I stand by him differently. My answer is Gabriel Jesus.
Interesting. Someone on last year's episode, by the way, before I get to Ali's one, someone said that they went with Martinelli as their most overrated person. Can you guess who it was?
That was me.
Okay.
That was me. But I had to say, because of the 11 that we currently had,
fair enough.
Everybody at the time was firing on all cylinders. I'm pretty sure I kind of
No,
So
you
I
did.
didn't
You
really
did say
wanna
that.
say that.
I was gonna get into that. You did say
Yeah.
that. But Ali, I guess you're going Martinelli as well. It's from the way you're nodding your head.
Yeah, after whittling my list down from 11, you know what I mean? I think Martinelli is the real one that... He's just a rat in it, and he gets away with it because he gets goals like he did against Liverpool, and then, you know what I mean?
He
End
drags
of the
your team by the
season.
neck on a regular basis as well. By the
I'll
way,
get
let's
out
not
of here
forget
by
that one.
capitalising on Kante slipping, and now Arsenal fans say
Well,
that's
what
the
about
best goal ever
Fofana?
scored.
We had Fofana on ropes, bro. We never seen him again.
I mean,
Leicester
we
Fofana's got
could
nothing to
talk
do
about
with me.
capitalising on players slipping, but when Cole Palmer's not capitalising on Middlesbrough players slipping, we just turn a blind eye to it because when he does score, he does this. When he scores 80% of his goals as penalties, he just does this.
That's not true,
But
though.
I'm not even going to get
It's
into
not
that.
true.
We'll get to Chelsea. We'll get to Chelsea because my, listen.
Let's keep
Two
it
games
Arsenal,
from
right?
Martinelli already, so there's nothing I can do about it. Like, we can't really change it, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with Cedric because I'm thinking, why are you still here? It's a cop out, but I'll be honest with you.
Race my man. Look at that.
100k a
The
week is
fact
crazy, by the way.
that he is employed by my club, yeah, that's too much already, to be honest with you. So, and either way, you might not go Martinelli. I hear everyone's perspective, so fair enough. We'll go Martinelli. I don't like it. I disagree with it. Trent, keep panicking, but we'll move on to the next team. We'll go to Aston Villa. As per usual, I don't need to start on this one because it's just going to be the same thing every single year. So I'm not going to say or talk too much about Yuri Tielemans because he scores every now and then off the bar. I'm not going to say too much. You can start on this one.
I've gone for Emi Martinez. Like, I think he's a good keeper, but I just don't like him. I feel like he's got moments where he's a bit too... I think maybe too confident and he makes a mistake here and there. But in the big games, he shows up. The games which are on TV, he shows up and he'll be there, innit? But he's got a mistake in him, innit? He's not as reliable as he seems.
Good. You seem quite stunned by that.
Yeah, nah, definitely not.
So who's yours?
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, I feel like there's one player who I don't know. He plays every time for them, and I think it's due to the way modern football has been, I think, heading towards. I'll go with McGinn. I don't feel like he's a footballer. I don't like him. I think he just runs. He's minimal technique, passion.
No, but that
Not tough.
He'd be up for my underrated award.
I'm not going to be joining you there, I'm afraid. Are you going to be joining him on McGinn?
No.
Not
So
joining.
I can't back that.
No,
When you look
I
at
like
players
him.
that have the DNA of Aston Villa, he's definitely one of them. The whole technical aspect, I really don't hear it as well.
He's been one of their best players since.
Maybe he's not the most quote unquote polished, but no, I can't hear that one. I'd probably go more for the obvious Tielemans, but I don't want to regurgitate that. So I'm going to say Matty Cash. I'm going to say Matty Cash, really.
I think the Villa fans have started to hate on him recently, to be fair. They've been yelling. I know, like, Connor is a massive Villa fan. They've been yelling, like, yo, get this guy out. Need a new right back ASAP. So
yeah, to be honest.
I
don't see enough for him going forward and staying back.
Yeah, okay, so I'm definitely not hearing McGinn. That one is already ruled out.
Yeah, nah.
From my, obviously, hold out your Ballon d'Or, but I don't care about that anymore. McGinn, not the one. Emi Martinez, I hear it a little bit in the sense of, like, there are definitely situations where he gets away with things because he plays for Aston Villa, where you'll watch, like, let's say, highlights against any other team, not a big 4, big 6 team, whatever. He makes a few mistakes, but no one speaks about it the same way they would if it was Onana, Ramsdale, whatever other, Edison and that. So I get it. Matty Cash, I think I can go with Matty Cash, to be fair. I don't mind going Matty Cash. I don't really rate him that much anyway. Do you man prefer Matty Cash or Emi? Care either way?
Matty Cash is solid, proper, you know what I mean?
You like him?
Right level for Aston Villa.
Okay, do you like Matty Cash?
No, I think he's bad, but I don't know who rates him. But we can put him in.
So you wouldn't hear Emi at all, though, is what you're saying?
No.
Then let's just go with Matty Cash then, in that case. Obviously, yeah, like I said, Aston Villa won last year was straightforward. I was doing the whole Tielemans thing, blah, blah, blah. Last year I took Coutinho, by the way. I said, funny enough, whenever Coutinho leaves a team, they suddenly get better. And look what's happened again. But no comment from me. It's okay. The next team we have is Bournemouth. I'll kick off because I don't really care about this one too tough. I think they're doing very well. There's nobody really overrated. But because of how bad he was for Ghana at AFCON, it's with much regret that I have to say Antoine Semenyo. As much as I like you, you have to get picked for that one. Semenyo is my selection. Drew, obviously a fellow Ghanaian. You seem like you disagree with that one.
I can't even charge that one, bro. He tried at times, but I think as the games got on, kind of just realized I'm not playing with players that are of the level or players that really want to play for the
Yeah, but
badge.
that's not what you do at AFCON. You can't look around and say, "Oh, everyone's meaty,
Bro,
so I'm gonna just."
I don't watch AFCON, but if I say what I want to say, they'll call me certain things. I'm gonna probably go for Justin Kluivert.
Okay, yeah, no, I hear that one.
Going
Kurt is
for
nodding his
Justin
head.
Kluivert, he doesn't look polished at all. He just looks very rushed. I feel like he's almost kind of living off of the family name in a
Fair
sense.
enough.
Nepo baby.
And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if all three of you are saying Clive, then there's not really much to do that one. We can just go Clive. Because the next one as well is another team where I don't really care that much. We go over to Brentford. This one's a bit
This
tricky.
one was a techie one. I went with just someone that overrates himself in it.
Okay.
Leo Mope.
That's when he
He just
overrates
jars me.
himself.
I wouldn't say he overrates himself.
Nah, he does.
There was almost like a period where he was at Everton that he was kind of the indication of a guy that just can't score. And you can see in times when the player on the pitch, if he does score, Ivan Toney's kind of get around him to be like, yeah, this is the guy to try and boost his confidence. I don't think he overrates himself, if I'm being honest with you.
But once he gets that goal, he thinks he's that guy. Like, no matter
No,
what's
you're right.
going on
You're right on
this
that
game.
one, innit? You're right on that. Like, he's a shameless guy, but I don't know if like overrated has to be obviously everyone else as well, right? And
who rates Brentford's players like that?
The thing is, literally, I didn't even know what to put. So I just slapped him Reguilon because I was like, you know what? You were meant to be the guy that was cooking at Real Madrid, and then United, you were flopping there, and then Brentford. If Rico Henry comes back, are you going to be the main guy even at Brentford? I don't know. So I just chucked him Reguilon. So
I understand that.
I didn't really care about that one. Kurt, did you have a name for Brentford?
No, I had I don't watch them week in, week out, obviously, but I had a name. I think they bought for like 20 million or something. Some Lewis Potter guy. I don't know.
Oh, young winger.
I don't know. 20 million. I've not really barely seen him.
Yeah, I'm honestly Brentford. With respect, if any Brentford fans are watching, I don't really care enough. So
their keeper has been disastrous. But I don't
Flecken.
know if he had a good game yesterday.
He was good yesterday, but I guess recency bias, isn't it?
But I don't know if he's rated or not.
So we had Reguilon, we had Potter, and the other two was I've forgotten already. Neil Maupay and
I didn't really give a name, to be honest with you.
Then I
had to pick one.
Yeah, you had to pick.
I'd probably follow Kurt with Lewis Potter, to be honest. When I've seen him, he's missed clear-cut chances.
No problem.
Very expensive. One for the future, I suppose, but English tax.
Yeah, fair enough. We go on to the fifth team. We now go to Brighton. Drew, since you didn't have one for the Brentford, you can kick us off on Brighton if you have one. I'll tell you what I'm looking. I'm looking at another Ghanaian already. I'll be honest with you. I'm starting an agenda against Ghanaians that play.
I think I'm gonna go for Evan Ferguson.
I slightly considered it. I low-key considered it, but not because of his ability, but because of everyone banging on about he's gonna go for.
Yeah, to be honest, for the amount that people rave on about him, I just don't see enough. To be honest with you,
I think if Brighton are offered 100M, they should bite whoever's
his
hands off, because they have. I would say they have got a lot of good depth in the full positions, like strikers, wingers, whatever. So I don't think it'll be a massive loss, especially with how João Pedro's been.
Not at all. But at the same time, he is still what? 18,
no,
19?
Of course he's incredible, isn't it? Kurt, you'd very much disagree. It seems.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't. I think he's too young. That's why. I don't think it's normal to be doing what he's doing anyways at that age.
Yeah, that's
also there's a player who I think gets overrated, because again, we need to clarify overrated. Like he's really good, but I hear shouts that he should be called for England, and I don't get it. And it's Lewis Dunk. I don't think he's on the level of a Konsa or like a Brentwaite, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Do you reckon he's on the level of a Maguire?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I'll put him around that level. Yeah.
Interesting. But I don't know. I think he's better than Konsa, but I get what you're saying. A little bit. I don't think he should be an England starter per se, but I don't think he's that far away from being England's, like, let's say, top 4 or 5 centre backs realistically. Ali, what are you thinking?
I've gone for someone that I thought would come in this season and rip it up slightly, innit? But haven't seen much of him. Don't know if it's because of injuries or what, but Ansu Fati. You know what I mean?
I'm not having that one. No, I think
I
he's
was
been alright.
expecting a bit
No,
more.
no.
Nah, man.
No, I'm not having that one. That one I'm ruling it out already. I think he's done well. Like he's come to England, he's bagged goals when fit and available, and then he's had a few injuries. Like it is what it is. I think he's done.
Mm.
I think he'd be happy with what he's done so far on loan at Brighton, based on what was expected of him, and coming to the back of what happened.
Do you think it's enough to get him back to Barca next season in the team?
I mean, them man still play Lewandowski, so anyone can still make it at Barcelona up front, obviously. So that's doesn't really matter. So, I said throw a little dig in there, but you gave me an open goal for that one. But okay, so you have Evan Ferguson, nah, Lewis Dunk, somewhat hear it, Lamptey, and then you're going with Ansu Fati's out. Dunk, Drew, do you hear Dunk?
Not really. But I mean, if we're going off of how people just blindly rate him, I'm not obviously saying that, or Kurt's also not saying that he's a bad player.
Yeah,
he's not saying that he's not an influential player for the team, but for the level that people rate him compared to what his actual output is,
yeah,
I suppose. But at the same time, when he is available, he's a very, very big player.
In that case,
I think he's more missed when he's out of the side than Evan Ferguson is missed when he's out of the side. So I'd probably stick with Ferguson.
Well, I'm not really looking to go with Ferguson. I can't lie to you. So I probably will have to then end up joining on Dunk, which is, I don't want to. I like Dunk a lot, but I'm going to just go with Dunk. Just for the sake of interest, last year, do you know who you went for Brighton, Drew?
Who?
Caicedo. Would you stand by that? Just say yes or no. Things changed,
yes.
right? There was a bit of salt about him not coming to Arsenal back then.
Yes, because this was before he's made his move, right?
Yeah. This was when he didn't come to
don't think
Arsenal.
he's worth 100 M's, bro.
Fair enough, no problem. We now go to the sixth team, probably the last one that's just totally irrelevant. So let's just get this one done. In sixth, or the sixth team rather, is Burnley. I'm gonna be so honest. I just slapped in company there. I didn't even put a player. I just put they told us Pep the disciple. He's gonna be incredible. Like he's Jogo Bonito in the Championship. He's come up and it's just been terrible. Like week in week out. So do any of you have a name for Burnley? Because I'll be intrigued. Okay, interesting.
I heard that one.
Sanderberg. I mean, if the two of you hear it, then fair. Scott, did you have a name for Burnley?
I had Trafford.
Ooh. Okay. A lot of guys like him, in fairness. I do hear that.
I think he's a good keeper, man.
I think he's still weak.
So
but he's still young.
Good keeper. Emi Martinez is okay. The way you value goalkeepers is very interesting to me, especially with the as well. Fair enough. I mean, I'm down to back Trafford. Obviously, my company thing.
No, but I guess two people went. I mean, we can go.
Yeah. Fair enough. We move on then. Sanderberg, you are the most overrated player at Burnley, just because nobody really rates anyone there. But a team that does have a lot of ratings. The seventh team is Chelsea.
I'm awake.
Kick us off.
I'm awake.
Where do we begin?
I think you know where we're going, Emmanuel.
Do I have to sit here for this, or can I take my headphones off and come back?
I think you know where I'm going, Emmanuel.
I think I'm falling to that same destinations.
See this brother, yeah? His name is Enzo Fernandez.
Wow.
I know Kurt's not hearing this. I know Ali's not hearing this. But tell me two things that separate him from Johan Kabay.
Oh, piss off with this agenda.
Tell me two things that separates him from Jorginho that was a tenth of the price. I'll wait.
One of them's a World Cup.
Is that what you're doing?
Is that what we're doing?
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Okay. What we're not doing is comparing Enzo Fernandez and Johan Kabay. I can't even put credit to that argument. I did watch Johan Kabay,
bro.
If we say so, but you know what I mean? 2010, whenever he was playing, man was watching Johan Kabay, and he's a good player, but he's not Enzo Fernandez level. Let's be real.
Okay.
What is Enzo Fernandez level? What does he provide for Chelsea that Jorginho couldn't?
He provides a bit more grit, a bit more aggression. He gets a bit more on the ball.
Aggression, yeah? Cold.
Mm-hmm.
He provides more goals than him.
Ali's struggling right now. Help him out.
I mean, as always, I think we we struggle sometimes to identify like a player's value versus his actual quality versus what he's doing now. And we know how important a manager is. We've seen it time and time and time and time again. It's no coincidence there's an Enzo with Argentina and there's an Enzo with Chelsea, and they're two completely different players. But yet, how's that the case? You know, I've seen what he can do. And there's no doubt in my mind when they get a serious manager who actually knows how to deploy serious tactics with a serious system, then he's going to shine. I mean, look at Benfica. They completely capitulated when he left, completely. And they're irrecognizable now. So it can't be a coincidence. They topped the group with him that had freaking PSG and Juve. So
I understand what you're saying, but I don't feel like you're talking about him as a player. You're talking about philosophy. We could just say that
that's how you can identify
replace a player of his quote unquote caliber for their club, and you could also now be talking about future if buts and maybes of a manager that is or isn't there. You have to take for what he is worth, what he is doing, what he's providing for the team, and the value that people perceive that he has externally and what he's actually doing on the pitch. I see him do one Cruyff turn and everyone's like, oh, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, my concern is that why is it like for every other player that if you don't like them, you know, you can get onto them, you criticize them or whatever. But for Enzo, for some reason, nobody should ever dare criticize him. It's never, ever his fault. Like, there's never ever been a game where he's played bad and it's like, yeah, Enzo, you weren't good today.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
There
But
have been games where he's played badly.
He's already shown, innit? He's already shown stuff that I'm not gonna be able to see from others. You know, it's boring to keep bringing back the World Cup, but this is stuff that shows what his level is.
But what about Amrabat at the World Cup?
I mean, Amrabat didn't do what Enzo done.
Enzo won it because he played for Argentina, but
but Enzo came into a team that had lost the first game, were on the verge of going out because they still were drawing against Mexico. He comes on, and from then on, they proceed to win that game.
So it's the World Cup. Basically, what Drew said is right. Nobody can bring us stuff about the Premier League. It's just whatever happened.
No, but that's when you can see a quality of a player, and we'll see. I mean, so I'm certain he's going to show us for Chelsea. Now,
the price and the level he was meant to be at before he entered into the league. He's entered into the league and he hasn't had those levels.
You see, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's the system. Like if it's the same thing. If Mudryk went to Arsenal, I'm telling you right now, he would have killed it. But that's the issue. Like they've all gone to a system which there is not.
Maybes though.
No, but that's the thing. You're gonna see. I can't show you now because I guess Chelsea are a mess. But you will see.
What are we basing this off of then? Because if
let's hear his name. Let's hear his name, and then
Chelsea. I mean, it's very obvious, isn't it? There's one name who I mean.
I think I know where you're gonna go. And
Nicholas Jackson to me is like I don't understand how on earth.
Who even rates him?
You
rate him because everybody else hates on him.
No. This is a guy that at the start of the season was talking about 25 goals here. Now we're saying who rates him. That's shameless.
Insane.
No, I rate him. I think he's going to come good. I don't get why people think he's been shit this season. Like, yeah, he hasn't been amazing, but he's still on 8-9 goals. And for a Chelsea striker,
okay, so who is Chelsea's overrated player?
It's crazy, but Jackson's output has been, as a striker, has been better than Enzo Fernandez's output as a midfielder. And everybody rates Enzo more than they rate Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson isn't a striker, but he has been striking better than Enzo. Enzo has been midfielding.
No.
Yeah, but our midfield has been a shambles. I've put down Raheem Sterling. Because you know what I mean? He's a highest paid player.
Come on, man.
What'd you say?
You work for the Sun.
I said, what year
you work for the Sun.
Oh, no, that's how I know you don't watch Chelsea, innit? And like,
bro, I watch Chelsea, bro.
There's no way you watch Chelsea and you're telling me Raheem Sterling, and you don't get that. Why I'm saying Raheem Sterling is overrated.
That's what we're saying.
Listen, I was spoiled for choice for your team, brother.
Yeah, I don't think
we could have had at least two attackers, two midfielders, two defenders, and I managed to pick the wrong player. Who's rated more for your club, Sterling or Enzo Fernandez?
Enzo's rated more because he's better. He's more important.
No worries. It doesn't matter anyway because two of us have gone Enzo, so unfortunately, you might haven't come to agreement. We've gone Jackson and Sterling. So
we'll see anyways, man.
There's nothing
we
to do about it.
Before we even sat down.
Hey, the game is the game, right? You guys got your Martinelli, we got our thing there as well, you know what I mean? Kurt is just an unbiased eye in this one to help us with the Premier League teams. Right, we move on because Or actually, randomly, just on Kurt, by the way. Last year, Denman went for Koulibaly, and obviously Kurt told us that Koulibaly would be the best centre back in the Premier League. That
Again,
worked out
system.
fantastic. Oh yeah, it was the system's fault that Koulibaly made so many mistakes. I agree.
Unfortunately.
Crazy.
All right, next team, Crystal Palace. I am just straight away. It doesn't need any guesses to know where I'm going. Jordan Ayew. I just can't believe this guy.
But these are not rated, nah.
No, Jordan Ayew's rated.
Nah.
Jordan Ayew's genuinely
Rated at Palace.
Jordan Ayew is rated, and it's
Staple.
staggering. It is.
Staple in that side.
When I was there for 2 games, the way the fans are singing his name, cheering him, I'm looking around thinking, do you know who you're singing for? Jordan Ayew. He starts every game for Ghana, his national team as well, when he's terrible. But that's overrated for me. But I guess, okay, so who is your name then that is actually rated for Palace?
Yeah, again, I'm looking at players that have to be rated. So,
okay,
to me, I'm curious if Eze can make the jump or not.
Oh, no.
I don't think he's as good as Olise. I don't think he's going to be able to play for a top club. We'll see. Maybe Newcastle.
I respect that you try to go for somebody very rated, but I'm also not.
But that's the name of the game. Like,
No,
I mean, we're talking about. I mean, I don't know who the hell.
I don't understand this. I can't lie. I don't understand you, bro. A man is doing bits for his club, and you're here saying you don't think they're going to be doing it elsewhere. And somebody's doing nothing for their club. And you're telling me about a system, and that when they go somewhere else, they're going to do.
By the way, Eze's playing under Roy. By the way, he's doing this under Roy.
He's not done enough, Eze. Like, let's be honest, he's not done enough. Like, look at where Palace are. I mean, if he's really him.
But Roy,
if he's but look at where they are. He ain't no Zaha, that's for sure for them. I'll tell you that much. And Olise is much, much better than him.
But here's the thing, though, because on that point there, Zaha was doing bits for Crystal Palace. He made a move to Man United. We went to a bigger club. He then didn't do things. If we did this podcast when Zaha was at Palace before he went to the United move, would you say the same thing? Because he went to United, he didn't do anything. Then he went back to Palace and was the main man again. But we're now moving the sticks here. We're moving the goalposts.
No, but I mean, Eze is not shown anywhere near the level Zaha has at Palace. Huh? Like, I mean,
of course,
this is what I'm trying to say. Like Eze, he's what 24, 25 now. Like, time is ticking. I mean,
I'm just wondering.
I don't think that
the
makes
same foresight because
but the
all
logic
we have now is now, right?
Yeah, I mean,
right now,
exactly. That's my point.
So Drew,
he's rated highly. And when he's out of the side,
okay, but who are your players though? Then that's because I can't hear you. Who's rated?
No, guys rating Ayew. I'm telling you guys,
me, bro.
I'm telling you guys rate Ayew. Maybe you don't see it on like your Twitter ever, but I promise you guys rate Ayew. That's why I have him.
We can put him then.
Ali, who did you have though?
I had Ayew, but I was also thinking the same as Kurt. In it, like, is he rated enough to have him? But yeah, no, man, like. Ghana,
I promise you, guys love him. Yeah, that obviously that factors in as well. But guys generally rate him, which I find to be shocking. That is why I've even mentioned him in that regard. But fair enough. All right, the 9th team we have Everton. Kurt, who do you have for Everton? Obviously, very bad team right now, so tough to pick a name. But who do you have?
Idrissa Gana Gueye.
Okay, interesting. Is there a reason, or you just don't really like him?
Not good enough. Not good enough on the ball. He's good at winning it, but that's it. And we know what happened when he went to a bigger club.
Fair enough. Yeah, I went with a man called Beto because someone on this panel told me that he's a beast and he knows where the goal is. He's gonna bag plenty this season. He played 18. He played 18 games. He scored 1 goal. So
I didn't say that.
You say he knows where the goal is. That was
he's not playing though, is he? For them?
He's played 18 games. He scored 1 goal. So if he knows where the goal is, he might as well be a steward and tell everyone else where the goal is and just point to the goal.
I think under that manager, I don't know how many. I mean,
okay, so 18 games, 1 goal
to score. But again, I don't know why Beto is overrated. From what I've seen, I mean, he's not even starting for them.
Like, I mean, I'm judging it off what you said. You said you told me he was some beast from Serie A.
No, I didn't say what.
You told me he is the beast. Obviously, I'm sure you didn't say beast, but you were telling me he was the guy to watch. You said he was the guy to watch, and he knows where the goal is.
I said I thought he'd improve them a little bit more, but he knows where the goal is.
That's the direct quote, but he knows where the goal is. So if he knows where it is,
you can't put him overrated. He's not even starting.
there's no one else that I rate at Everton enough to even be close to being overrated. That is the issue with like teams like that. Drew, Everton.
I'm going for Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah,
I genuinely think that if he was Swedish, he'd be playing for Malmo right now.
Mm.
I think he's living off of previous wonder kid situations. Yeah. I think he misses too many clear-cut chances.
Yeah, that's fine.
Honestly.
I'll be real. Idrissa Gana Gueye, Beto Calvert-Lewin, they're all the same level of rated anyway. No one really cares that much. That's why I say like it doesn't really matter. I'm more inclined to go with Calvert-Lewin. Ali, your thing is back. Do you have a name?
Calvert-Lewin was what I was saying.
Okay,
when you couldn't hear
fair
me.
enough. Perfect. Then that makes it perfect. Then Calvert-Lewin will be Everton's one, no problem. We now get to the halfway point. We have Fulham. This was a tricky one. Ali, I'll let you kick off on this one if you have a name for us there.
Yeah, I've gone for someone that I rated previously, and you know what I mean. He hasn't been doing his thing. I think I predicted him to do his thing at Fulham. So Adama Traore.
Oh, fascinating. I mean, I haven't heard him be rated for a very long time. I don't think if we would speak about him.
Yeah, I think I was the last person to rate him still. Like, you know what I mean?
There's not a lot of rated players at Fulham. Do you have a name that's rated at Fulham?
No, it's a tough one. The ones that are rated, I think they're actually good. I'll probably go like Harry Wilson.
Okay.
Too inconsistent, not as good as some still make him out to be.
Yeah. I mean, I've been a bit of a cheat on this one because I've gone for someone that everyone rated him last year and the year before that. They told me that when he comes back, he's going to be on fire. Armando Broja. Fulham player. Will he even get games like that? I don't know. Meaty guy. Chelsea fans loved him. Now, Ali's not even fighting his corner anymore. That's how he's like,
That's
you know
too
what?
soon, man. Especially with injury.
Hey, but he's a Fulham player now, and I've seen him play for Chelsea and Fulham, and I've not been overly
I think
moved.
you're going to go there and emulate Mitrovic. It's just not that.
Yeah. He's getting kept out by a guy that his head injury is still like, you know what I mean, here and there. Drew, who do you have?
I'm going to go for Bert Leno. Reason being, thinking about the history of the clubs that he's been at, I think that that's what's kind of propping him up as a goalkeeper. Very, very weak in a battle, in a challenge. Doesn't really have anything that's great about him. He's not good with the ball at his feet. Yeah, Bert Leno.
I'm not sure I'm having that one. And by the look of Kurt's face, I don't think you're agreeing either.
No.
I mean, I'm happy with the Wilson one. If guys don't want to agree on Broja, does anyone really?
As well. That would make sense.
Go Wilson. Yeah, he went to back Chelsea. That's why he's playing the traitors. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'll go with Wilson. I never rated him personally. Fair enough. Wilson it is. Did I have anything written important for Fulham last year? I doubt it. No, Drew, you went Dan James last year, so fair enough. Like, GG's. No one cares about him anymore. We go now to a big team though. They just got spanked, dominated by Arsenal. Even Liverpool. Kurt, I'll let you start on this one.
Liverpool's there's a few here, but again, I think it's gonna have to be one of the attackers. I mean, Luis Diaz. I've been telling people since day one. Or Darwin Núñez. I don't mind either of the two. It's similar to the Arsenal thing. I think either of those two,
okay,
I'm fine with.
Anyone got those two names, or you got something different?
Darwin.
Yeah, I got Darwin as well still. And after saying Nicholas Jackson, if you didn't say Darwin Núñez, I would have been very, very disappointed.
This whole Captain Chaos narrative is just crazy to me. Like, can you imagine the propaganda that there would be if an Arsenal striker was getting all these great opportunities, but he was just spooning it and shanking it, missing the target, or because he smiles and he has work rate, everyone's gonna say, yeah, he's causing problems. He's Captain Chaos.
I mean, to be fair, Núñez can strike a ball better than Jesus. That's for sure.
I knew.
And who did I say is my most overrated?
No, but you said if an Arsenal striker was doing that, I mean, he is, and doing way worse than that.
Like I've said, Núñez is a number 9. I don't believe Jesus is a 9, bro. I always have him on
But
forward
that's why
watch.
he's playing, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Well,
Fairs. It's going to be Nunes because obviously 3 of you went with him. I think Gakpo is the most overrated, man. I don't understand why guys still pretend that he's good. He's got a nice strike of the ball, and now you have to act like he's some incredible footballer. He's been there for enough time now. There's no excuse about the system. It's Jurgen Klopp, whether they've been good or bad. When is Gakpo going to show up? Because at the World Cup, guys were gassing up, because he scored against Ecuador. Again, nice finishes. But, bro, it's been a year and almost a year and a half. I've seen nothing to tell me that Gakpo should be starting for Liverpool going forward. Will anyone hear me on that a little bit? Obviously, it's going to be Nunes, but I would like to know if guys are thinking that Gakpo's still him.
I never thought he was him, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if he was ever him, but
Wait, you are the one saying this now, Kurt.
No, he had a fantastic World Cup. I mean, outrageous World Cup. We can't take that away from him.
That's not an outrageous World Cup, man.
It was. I mean, he was in the team of the tournament. So it was a fantastic World Cup. He scored in every game almost, I think they played. So, I mean, if that's not a good World Cup, I don't know what is. Okay. But yeah, I expected a bit more from him, but I don't know. Seems like Klopp prefers Nunes, which I don't understand. I would start him ahead of Nunes.
I'll be honest, I'll take Nunes over him. I get everything we were saying, but I'll take Nunes over Gakpo, genuinely. But it is what it is. Fair play. I'm pretty sure I know what happened last year when we had Liverpool, but let me just check to make sure. Oh no, it was something actually different. It was Denman, for whatever reason, went Harvey Elliott. But actually, no, it's because Mav started saying he's the guy to watch. He's going to be their future star or whatever, for whatever strange reason. And then Mav said that Salah's the most overrated. He can't carry a team. Drew said he looks uncomfortable playing football and you'd hate to play alongside him. And he's nodding his head, so he stands by that one. So, fair enough. We move on then to the next team. We go to a very overperforming team. Slightly overperforming. Recently, anyway. Luton. Tricky one. I'll be honest. Looking at Luton, anyone that has any sort of ratings deserves it, in my opinion. So it's hard to pick one here. So I've literally just gone with Chong because he comes with the United name behind him. And so guys are like, oh, Chong's going to do something. I can't put like Barkley, Adebayo, people that are playing well, even Doughty playing well. I have to just go Chong. Kurt, do you have a similar thing?
I don't have it.
Doesn't really matter, innit? No. So, Drew, Chong, fine by you?
Chong, Andros Townsend, I don't mind. I'll go with Chong.
Ali?
Yeah, I'll jump on that train as well, innit?
It just doesn't matter. Hold tight, Luton, though. Listen, I hold my hands up. Fair play to you, man, yeah? Because I may have got you guys wrong. I thought you were going down. You might still go down, but at least you're going down
without a fight.
Yeah, I mean, Sheffield United, that's the ones that are embarrassing. But alas, we continue. We go to Manchester City. Ali, kick us off. Who's Manchester City's most overrated player?
I'm only going for my man because I've been seeing people try to act like he's the best, or one of the best left wingers in the league, and that's Jeremy Doku. Like, I feel like he's good, but I don't feel like he's as good as people are making him out to seem after those first however many games in it. He's not. He's nowhere near like the ready product in it.
So Adama Traore super fan is saying that Doku's not ready.
Hey, I put my hands up for Adama Traore, doing that. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I'm just saying though. You know what I mean? Like last year's super fan is interested. I gather you're not going to hear him on Doku, are you?
Nah. I think it's too soon.
So what do you
have? With City, it's always one name for me. It's always Ederson. I don't think he's all that.
Interesting. Drew?
I hear the Ederson shout, but I'd probably go more for Jack Grealish.
Okay, I mean there are definitely times where he's very highly rated. He as always goes through like fluctuations of everyone rates him, but then everyone hates him. Everyone rates him. Everyone hates him.
Of course, and if it wasn't for Foden's hat trick yesterday, that would be a name on the tip of my tongue. But he's lucky he's been saved by scoring a hat trick against people with the worst save percentage in the league. I'm gonna hold it there. My answer is Jack Grealish.
Fair enough. My answer.
I don't know how, Ali, you think that Doku is more overrated than Grealish. That's insane, by the way.
No, there's people that don't rate Grealish like that. Like I feel like there's loads of people that they won't even pick Grealish for England squad.
No, but I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you.
Oh no, you know what I mean? I think Grealish just does his job. I don't think he's amazing, but I don't think he's anything special. Me personally, anyway.
I would like to know if Ali backs me on this one. I know Kurt won't. I think City's most overrated player at the moment. Tough one. I had two choices personally. two new signings, in fact. One of them was Gvardiol, but I'll leave him for now. I'll come back to him another day. Mateo Kovacic. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man.
I want that
I'm fed
one.
up.
I want that one.
I'm fed up. Because every time it's like he dribbles through three people, loses the ball, but all you hear is oh my door, what a play. He loses the ball and then silence, no comment.
Yeah.
He's not that good. He was there. Gundogan was a billion. Obviously, Gundogan's incredible anyway. A billion miles clear of him. Mateus Nunes already has shown in one game he's far superior to Kovacic.
That's insane.
I don't
by
understand.
the way, that's insane. You think
ludicrous.
Mateus Nunes is clear of Kovacic? That's insane, bro.
Yes, I do.
You need to watch the small nuances.
Yeah, you need to
these
watch.
guys
No,
are
no,
playing,
no,
bro.
no,
You need to
I
watch
hear it.
properly. Like
I've
No,
watched
no,
Kovacic for 4 or 5 years.
Because if
I
you
hear
don't
it.
watch
Kovacic
Kovacic, you don't watch properly.
has been just losing the ball, rash tackles as well. Sorry, man.
Nope, don't hear it.
No chance.
Sorry, he's not going to be when it comes to the super running and they go on their match streaks. Kovacic will not be the one that's starting those games. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you never know, man. They're in a lot of competitions, bro. It's all about game management.
I'm
No
not.
Champions League game here, FA Cup, etc. They're still in a position where they can still win the treble again.
All right.
I wouldn't say that he's not going to be involved in the running. He's definitely good enough to slot in and be at that level, but you have to also consider that he's not necessarily starting games. But when he does play, he's very confident to carry the ball and break lines.
Yeah, and they lose it more.
Player, bro.
Not, but
Coach is a player, bro.
No
Yeah, I
I
problem.
can't lie, man. Definitely
Chelsea
better
have
than
been
Enzo Fernandez.
Chelsea have been so good since Kovacic has left.
Definitely better than Enzo.
Oh, is
He
that what
was
we're
so
doing?
good.
So because so we did it for Jorginho and everyone else then as well, right? We might as well.
What about the 6 months before he
Jorginho.
left? What were we saying then? We were bad then as well.
Nah, don't be disrespectful. Kovacic, top.
I don't know. So Ali, you willing to side with any of us to give us 2 votes?
No,
or-
I'm with you on Kovacic still. I'm with you on Kovacic. When he joined
I
City,
agree.
people acting like, oh yeah, look at
Agenda's
him, he
all
left
facts
Chelsea
anyways. It's
and he's
alright.
doing well.
Agenda's all
But he
facts.
was
It's
doing the
alright,
same thing that he's always done, man.
Fairs. I mean, well, there we go. Democracy strikes. We have gone with Mateo Kovacic. Just
Crazy.
again, fair play to Foden for your hat trick. Yesterday, GG's. I did go Foden last year. I said, listen, he's technically sound, great player, but, and here's the caveat, and I think I was right with what I said. I said, to have 1 goal in 5 months and that goal be against Nottingham Forest, it's not enough. You got to start bringing me numbers. At the end of the day, you're playing for Man City, bring me numbers. And at that point in time, 1 goal in 5 months, I don't care what your name is, it's not good enough. Now, this season, been a lot better, so well done to you, pal. Congratulations. We move on to Man United. This could be a whole host of names. I'll let Drew kick us on this one.
Bro, I've got so many names, but I just have to just say this brother's name because I just don't hear him in the slightest. I don't see how he can be worth 3 digits. His name is Anthony, bro.
Nah, I'm not. I can't have Anthony because I just feel like everyone's at a point now where we all to collectively acknowledge this guy's terrible. Like, he's not even got a little bit of ratings left, in my opinion. So that's why I went with someone that is rated and United fans love him, and that's Lisandro Martinez. These guys, they act like, he's
I can't hear that one, bro.
he's the savior of the world. He's like some incredible centre back. I've never seen a top level elite centre back get subbed off so many times for tactical reasons. Yes, there sometimes is injury, but I've seen him get subbed off on many occasions because he can't be trusted in the final 15-20 minutes. If my centre back ever had to be getting subbed off for that reason, I'd be embarrassed.
But I don't know. I don't want to play devil's advocate, but sometimes your captain does in those situations. So,
My captain, what do you mean?
bro, sometimes Odegaard gets subbed off for tactical reasons.
But I don't mind that. That's a different situation. We're talking about centre backs, like defending a lead. We're talking about different situations. I don't mind Odegaard coming off. You bring off like a striker or whatever to bring on the defender. That's fine by me.
I suppose. I was
that's
just
normal.
nitpicking on that one thing. Okay, if I can't say Anthony, can I change my answer?
Yeah, go for it. Or rather, let these two go, and then you can go with who you agree with.
You lot land.
Cool. Who's your most overrated United player?
I think it will always be Rashford for me.
Okay.
Just yeah. I
Aston
mean,
Villa
I think
level,
he defines the word overrated. I think pure definition.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that one at all, to be fair. Ali, do you agree with any of our names there?
I don't disagree with any of them, but I've gone for Hoyland.
Nah.
Overrated?
Said no on him.
No.
Do I have to
Overrated.
remind you about Nicholas Jackson? Let's look at the reaction Jackson gets and look at the reaction Hoyland gets. My man scored in his last 3 games, and now all of a sudden, yeah, he's the real
Last
deal.
four.
Meanwhile, my bro's been scoring all season, and he's. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Scoring all season. That's insane,
Yeah, that's
bro.
a bit of
Scoring
a
all
stretch, but
season,
saying he's
bro.
scoring all season. I'm not sure I hear
insane.
that one. I'm not sure I hear that one.
That's
So at the
insane.
moment, so Drew, did you have any of the names that we mentioned? Obviously, Kurt said Rashford.
Bro, can I even say? I don't even, bro. I don't know, man. I can't lie, bro. Skip me. I was gonna say Casemiro, but who even really feels him anymore? And the guy's
Hey,
put on weight. He doesn't care.
Kurt still loves that, brother. So I wouldn't mind joining you Casemiro if you wanted to.
I don't know, man.
I'll be more than fine because he'll wait for Casemiro to win one header for a goal, and then suddenly he's incredible again. So that would be fine if you went with that one. But I don't mind joining on Rashford either. To be honest with you, that's fine by me. If you guys can go Rashford, I don't mind. Do any of you particularly like Rashford like that, or be good to go?
I like Rashford, to be honest with you. He just has a scope on him because early days there were comparisons to other top world class players. He himself wasn't comparing himself to those players.
He was calling him out on Twitter and patting their head and that, so it counts as part and parcel. But all right, cool. We'll go Rashford for the sake of just picking somebody. Just so you're aware, last year you went with Bruno Fernandes. I guess so that has changed. I did say I can't.
You know what?
That one.
I put Bruno in the same category that I put Mohamed Salah in it. I can't deny that they do numbers, but I don't like the way that the guy operates, bro. I don't like how, of course, he's a creative midfielder. He takes chances, but brother, it's a 10-yard pass, bro. Just play it. But someone else doesn't play that pass. You're whinging and whining. You lose the ball so much. I just.
No, I agree with you. But like since the World Cup, he's been better in fairness to him. So we'll go to a team that I'll start on Kurt on this one because we're going to Newcastle. We have one of Newcastle's biggest haters among us here today. So Kurt, who is the most overrated player at Newcastle?
There's a few, but
I have 3 names, which is
I think it has to be Harvey Barnes. I mean, he's been injured all season, but
that's not one of the names.
That's the mistake they made. The 40 million they spent.
I think you're thinking of the mate Anthony Gordon.
Nah, Gordon's 10
those
times
numbers.
the player.
Nah, I'm not. Whatever the other names are, if we don't agree, I'm definitely not joining a Harvey Barnes because I fully back him. Him being injured, it is what it is. He's come back and immediately got a crucial goal against Luton to save them from what would have been an embarrassing loss. Ali, Newcastle.
I've gone for Kieran Trippier.
I can hear that one a little bit.
Go down, but
I can hear it a little bit.
They've propelled him into those, you know what I mean? I think Gareth Southgate's got a big part to play in the reason why people see him as like, he's in the same as like the Trent and the Kyle Walker, but really and truly, he's not.
You didn't mention your boy now. I thought you were about to say someone else there for a second.
No, he's in a league of his own, bro. Don't worry about that.
You've let him go.
He's in a league of his own there, man. Don't worry about Reece.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I hear Trippier only because I think guys gas him up a lot because of FPL. Let's be honest, like he gets a lot of points on there, so he's meant to be like incredible. Drew, what name do you have in mind? I see you contemplating there.
I don't know if I'm gonna hate myself for it, but I'm trying to slice it. But I just can't, bro. My name is it's Bruno Guimaraes, bro.
Oh, cheeky!
Oh, no, it's Bruno Guimaraes, man.
Elaborate for us.
Brazilian, dyes his hair, has tattoos, chews gum, sometimes shows a bit of aggression, but at the end of the day, there isn't too much separating him from Norgard.
It looks a bit techie now, right? Because he made a very nice sort of outside the foot assist recently. In big games, I've definitely got my magnifying glass out for Bruno Guimaraes. I'll be honest, I still like him, innit? I feel like this is one where it's a good player, but to be overrated, you have to be obviously rated. And that's why I feel like the way that guys sort of speak about Bruno G, as good as he is, and I want to clarify again, I'm not saying he's meaty or average or bad. He is very good. But I think, he does get put in convos that I don't really think he has much of a place being in. So I did actually have him, and then I had, obviously, Trippier as well. I'm not joining Harvey Barnes. So, Kurt, are there any of the names that you've heard that you'd be willing to shift towards?
No, from the ones I've heard.
I know you're not going to Bruno Guimaraes, Kurt. There's no chance.
Nah.
So, okay.
Kurt loves those midfielders, though, innit?
Nah, not
Kurt's bread and butter. Him, Douglas Luiz, that type of profile player, that type of six. He loves them, man. There.
That's his
That's the
broski,
basket
man.
of players that he likes.
No, I mean, I hear it, innit? Like, I understand why you wouldn't want to go with Bruno. So I guess, so Trippier and, who was the other name? Other than...
It's got to be Harvey. I mean, it has to be.
Well, no, I'm not joining you on Harvey. You can't try to go like we go Harvey. I'm not joining you. I'm gonna join you Trippier, unfortunately.
I know Drew will join me, Harvey. Surely.
No, I like Harvey Barnes, man. I can't lie, bro. He's come back from injury and he's hit the ground running again, man.
Just wait for us. I'm telling you, wait for us.
I wouldn't say he's overrated, bro.
No,
I wouldn't say he's overrated.
Just for the sake of it, last year Drew and Mav both went with Saint Maximin, and Drew said that in 5-10 years time he's gonna be like a streets won't forget player. I'll be real. Until I watched the video back, I forgot him already, and it's been 1 year. So it's fair play. Like that is what's gonna happen. Like, innit? Unlucky to him. Right, last 5 teams real quick. Nottingham Forest. Again, this one I'll be so honest. I didn't know what to put here, so I went with someone who was getting a lot of people defending him on Filthy Fellas podcast. Nedum Onua, if you guys have seen that. Matt Turner in goal. Terrible goalkeeper. But the fact that guys were defending him, saying, "Oh, like it's not his fault, like he's trying his best." Nah, man.
He's relatively rated, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they've now gone and obviously bought 7 new keepers since shows that maybe even they've realized that he's not quite up to par. But again, I don't really care enough. Anyone have any like really pressing names, or we can just go with Matt Turner?
Okay, Matt Turner.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I have a slight agenda against players that have won the World Cup and not materialized since. I'm going to go for Molina.
Is there any reason for that, or just because he just hasn't done much since?
That's my reason. He hasn't done much since. Because seeing as some people are rating players for what they did at the World Cup, I'm holding him to the same esteem.
Molina, I don't think he plays for Forest.
You mean Montiel?
Montiel, sorry. Why did I say Montiel?
I didn't even deep that you said that, by the way. I didn't even deep it myself.
My bad.
I didn't even clock who you were
saying.
saying.
Went over my head. Yeah. Oh yeah, Montiel, fullback. Yeah, scored the World Cup winning pun. Fantastic. Well done.
Just before I move to the next one, Drew, you last year, and I disagreed with you heavily, you went with Gibbs White. Do you take that one back?
I do take that one back.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No problem. All right.
Quality player.
Last 4. This is the last team that, again, no one should really care about. Sheffield United. Is there any name? Because I'll be honest with you, I just put, why are guys still employing Rian Bruce in 2024? That's just what I've gone with. I'm not really fussed either way. Do you mind having names?
I don't really hear people talking about Brewster being a guy like that anymore. I guess he's just living.
I just think it's that video of him wearing the Champions League medals and that, and he's buying medals.
I guess he's just one that's living off of past international and domestic feats, like Enzo and them, man. But I'd probably go for Ollie McBurney.
I don't have anything to argue with for Ollie McBurney.
I just hear his name come up a lot. He's a cult fan, cult player for the club.
Ali, you want to back me on Rian Brewster, or do you want Ollie McBurney?
Yeah, I will, because my 2 names were Archer and Brewster, so I'll switch it to Brewster.
Fair enough, no problem. Final 3 teams. We have a big team here, or some could say they're a big team. I don't know personally. They've been recently removed from the top 6. It's now the big 5. Tottenham. Drew, who's Spurs' most overrated player? I'll give you a helping hand. He plays in centre back.
I mean, that's the obvious.
Oh, and it helps you out because you've got the World Cup.
I'm going for...
Yes, mate.
What's his name, fam?
I don't know.
Winger.
Johnson, Kulusevski. All right, then.
Don't rate him.
Johnson.
And I know he's rated. Don't rate him.
Kurt, do you agree on that one? Do you think he's got the ratings like that?
Brendan Johnson, was it 50
Brendan
million?
Johnson, sorry. What did I say, man? See, I don't rate him enough to remember.
They spent on him ludicrous.
Ali, are you hearing that one? Or you want to join me on Romero a little bit?
No, Johnson's the name now. I got written down still. I got to stick with it.
Are guys rating him that highly? I mean, I guess...
Bro. I promise you they are, man.
He costs 50-something million, right? So for
no, you're right on that one. I just feel like he got writ off pretty early.
He'll beat his man, or he won't even beat his man. He'll played the ball in behind, and then he'll just look like he's trying hard, and then the end product ball will just be knackered, and everyone will be oh.
I just go Romero. I still believe that. Again, Johnson isn't loved as much as, let's say, Romero, and I feel like Van der Ven, who's been incredible, is making Romero look much better than he really is. He's still very rash, makes plenty of mistakes again. But fair enough, we'll go Brennan Johnson because it is what it is. Last year you went for a man who had 0 goals that whole time, Richarlison. He's on a purple streak now, in fairness to him, so congrats to Richarlison.
Yeah.
And that was when Mav and Denman had a very long argument because they were arguing about Mav putting in Kane. Denman called him an idiot and said he won't entertain. But then argued for
crazy,
20
by the way.
minutes. He called him an
That is
idiot and said,
crazy,
I'm
by
not
the
going to
way.
entertain this debate, and then debated for about 20 minutes. So fair enough. We'll go with Brennan Johnson. The final 2 teams. We get to the W's now. We have West Ham. Again, doing very well, so a bit of a tricky one. I personally was someone that, if we're going off World Cup tax, I haven't seen him do anything since the World Cup, man. And that's Aguerd at centre-back. Very good performance from Morocco back then. But since, I think Zuma's better than him. I think Ballon Dawson's better than him. I could even argue like Ogbonna and Mavropanos are better than him. So I'm going to go with Aguerd. Kurt, do you have a West Ham name?
Yes. Ward-Prowse.
Cold. I'm happy to back you there. I think it's our first agreement of the whole video. I'm happy to back that one. No problems there. Ali, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I've gone with Ward Prowse, but I think he's hard, isn't it? I think the overratedness comes in when we're talking about get him in the England squad. And
Yeah, exactly.
It's just too much in there. You can't get someone in just because he can take a set piece at the last minutes and that comes.
Yeah. No, I'm more than happy that because last year, obviously, we had Southampton in the league, and I went with Ward Prowse, and I got shouted at quite a bit for going Ward Prowse on that one. In fairness to me, I did say watch when he's in like Championship and that next season. Obviously, he's not there anymore because he got a nice move, luckily enough. But again, I fully agree with you lot. Drew, I believe you're not going to back Ward Prowse because you.
Nope.
So who are you going with?
I respect him as a footballer. I'm going for Calvin Phillips.
Fair enough.
You know, it's ironic because I didn't want to agree with Armando Broja. But I've already seen mistakes that Calvin Phillips has made that has led to goals.
It's true.
We're talking about Ward-Prowse shouldn't be in the England setup, so why should Calvin Phillips?
I don't think he should really either, in fairness.
You know,
I
don't know. We'll see though.
Fairs. Last year, West Ham, Denman, for whatever reason, went with 4 nows, and everyone was like, well, what are you talking about 4 nows? No one rates this guy. Mav went with Declan Rice. And then Drew, in reply to that, said, he's blown out of proportion to be some next guy. This Declan Rice guy. Drew, what do you think about that?
I think I wasn't familiar with Declan Rice's game, bro. And
is it even
in other videos, I have since, I've been saying, I don't really feel it. I'm not sure about Declan. Even when he first came, I wasn't sure. I was speculative. Well, he's showing signs, man. He's a good player, bro. He's had good moments for Arsenal. He's showing signs. But, he's a good player.
Fair enough. Funny enough, this was there was nothing about Arsenal whatsoever, obviously, a year ago. That's why everyone was happy to hate on him.
Yeah.
I said, whoa there, fellas. Direct quote, I'm saying, listen, he's coming to the carpet. Said, Declan Rice, if you're watching, ignore these guys. Still come to Arsenal. You're my guy. So that one, when I watched it back today, I was like, wow, that's quite impressive. I'm very happy with that one. So Declan Rice, hold tight you, bro. I've been backing you from early, no problem. But we are going to go with Ward Prowse since 2 of you went there, and I am happy to agree on that one. And the last team, pretty irrelevant, bit of a, I guess, bipolar team, if you will. We have Wolves. Kurt, who was your Wolves name to end it?
Wolves. I still go Jose Sa. I think he had one good season. Crazy season. That's it. Ever since I've seen him, he lets in plenty of goals.
Yeah. Sounds fine to me. Drew, do you have a Wolves name?
I agree with Sa. I'll never forget I went to watch them at the carpet maybe 2 years ago, and he was time wasting from the 25th minute. I couldn't believe my eyes. Couldn't believe it.
First, no, I don't blame you whatsoever. That one is fine with me. Ali said his things might not be working right now, but I'll hear anyway. Ali, do you have a name for Wolves? He said his thing's frozen, but
I just saw him smile.
Yeah, he's smiling, but I can't hear him.
He hasn't said a word yet.
Yeah, he's not speaking. I think he thinks.
I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, he cannot. I'll ask him via typing now. I'm going to ask him whose his Wolves name is. I'll just say what it is quickly. If he has one, fair. Because I'll say my name. I'll be honest. Mine was 8 Nouri. I still believe that he gets a bit too much praise for what he actually gives to Wolves. Guys gas him up because he scores a goal every now and then. So I said him last year. I still don't really rate him too tough. Ali said he doesn't even care about Wolves anyway. He didn't really have a name like that too tough. So it doesn't really matter regardless. I'll tell him just pretend you can even hear. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I told him just pretend you can hear what we're saying whilst we do little outro things. We'll see if he does a little acting bag now. Look at him. So our Wolves name is gonna be I forgot already. Jose Sarr. Our final name is gonna be Jose Sarr. There we have it. Those are our 20 most overrated players from each team. Again, we'll come back in a year's time, see how these develop, see which takes age horribly, what ages well. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. As per usual, the same stuff. Like, comment, follow these guys all on their socials. Once again, go congratulate Kurt and his team for his trophy there. It's a wonderful, wonderful achievement. Other than that, have a great weekend. In a bit. Bosh.